What is going on, everybody? It's the Franson here for NXT review for Wednesday's episode of NXT, the penultimate episode of NXT before Takeover Portland, with Charlotte Flair making her return to NXT for the first time in many years. And again, she wastes her time. WWE showing us again why Charlotte Flair should not have won the Royal Rumble. Also, the Undisputed Era wants to get revenge on Tommaso Ciampa for last week's attack. The Bruiserweights and Tommaso Ciampa end up having a main event, a tag team match against those two against the Undisputed Era, and so much more. Now, the show started off with the Bruiserweights coming out. They got a new video package. Unfortunately, they have music. They have the music fading in and out within each other, which I absolutely hate. And then you would have, so the Bruiserweights come out there. They have a golf cart decked out. It says Bruiserweights, which apparently is the Bruisermobile, and the Dusty Cup on top. They talk about the big one. Dunn says he never thought he'd be teaming with Riddle. Riddle said it was meant to be, bro. He mentioned becoming tag team champions to Takeover Portland, but out comes the Undisputed Era. But before that, oh, no, not after that. Yeah, it was after that. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, the current champs, they discredit the Bruiserweights and go head-to-head to the ring, but Roderick comes down to the ramp and calms them down. Fish runs Riddle down and Dunn both down. I think they have bigger fish to fry. Riddle thinks it was hilarious that Bobby Fish just said fish. And then he does a tongue twister. How much fish could Bobby Fish fish? I can't even do it. How much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? And he just kept saying it over and over and over and over again. That's Matt Riddle for you. People singing along. Pete Dunne did not look impressed. And says all that matters is they will become the new champions at TakeOver. And that was that. So, nice, fun little opening segment. Matt Riddle just being as charismatic as ever. Going to be interesting to see what happens at TakeOver. I have my predictions coming to you this time next week. Isaiah Swerve versus the recently called up for a temporary position, Angel Garza. Of course, this match is coming to you because at TakeOver, at Worlds Collide, not TakeOver, at Worlds Collide, Garza put his Cruiserweight Championship on the line against Jordan Devlin, Travis Banks, and Isaiah Swerve Scott. And yes, we have a new Cruiserweight Champion, but Isaiah Swerve Scott took the pinfall, not Angel Garza. Angel Garza is not happy about that, and he wants to take Isaiah Swerve Scott out for that transgression, and he eventually wants his title back. Now, there's one thing you can say about this match, is that Isaiah Swerve Scott hit Angel Garza with everything that he had, every single finisher, every single move that he could do, and Angel Garza kept kicking out. Yet, Angel Garza hits one wing clipper, and he wins the match. He even got hit with the house call, and Garza still kicks out. Is that a good thing? No. I'm not a big fan of having a match where somebody hits every single finisher they can, and it's not good enough. It's just not good enough, and it just is so frustrating when you see somebody hit move after move after move. I know it's fine that you're protecting the wing clipper, it's fine, but you have Isaiah Swerve Scott do that spin, turnaround powerbomb, like that flip over powerbomb type move, and get a kick out. The last call, which is his kick out, his kick to the head, but nothing. But Isaiah Swerve Scott gets dropped with one wing clipper after being dropped off the top rope for the 1, 2, 3. It's just good match. Not a fan of the fact that Angel Garza pretty much made all of Isaiah Swerve Scott's finishers look minute or unimportant, but it is what it is. They have more stock in Angel Garza right now. As you know, he is on Monday Night Raw for the time being, feuding with Humberto Carrillo because Andrade has to be out for 30 days due to a policy violation, which apparently was not because he violated the policy. It's also known in the wellness policy that if they ask you or tell you, they don't ask, but they tell you that you need to be in this place on this day to get you to be tested for drugs, and you don't show up, or you don't come in, or you have whatever else, that you get suspended for that. That is what happened with him. That is what actually happened with the member of the Shining Stars. Is that he was important, like he was off, like when this drug test happened, was supposed to happen, he was on vacation with Charlotte, and he wasn't going to take his vacation, like end his vacation early just to go take some kind of drug test, which is screwed up that they did that. That is why he is out, and Angel Garza is on Monday Night Raw as well. After the match, Angel Garza stands tall. He says he never lost his title, and he wants it back. He knows Jordan Devlin is in the building tonight. He also said that he just beat Swerve in this past Monday on Raw. He got to go up against his cousin Humberto and Rey Mysterio. And he did say that Jordan Devlin is here. He wants his title, and he's going to be watching him because he wants his title back. At least they're not saying, well, at TakeOver, because we already have 6 matches going into TakeOver. We have 6. We don't need any more. So the fact that they're going to have this match be held, I can see Angel Garza possibly, if they want to give him another title shot, happening at TakeOver Tampa or on an episode of NXT. But I do want to say is that Angel Garza is just showing that this guy, if given the time, the proper nurturing, the proper build, the proper TLC, tender loving care on the main roster, when he is officially on there full time, he could be the next big Latino star. He could be the next big, not just Latino star, but the next big star. He could be an Eddie Guerrero. This guy just oozes charisma. This guy just is good in the ring. He's way better than his cousin Humberto Carrillo. He's probably, if not better than Andrade. Angel Garza could be going places. The problem is Vince McMahon. We're going to talk about things that Vince McMahon is going to do to ruin WWE on Sunday, but let's continue the review. Cuts backstage to the Undisputed Era bullying some staffers, and we got some enhancement talent while looking for a Tommaso Ciampa. One crew member gets tossed into production case by Fish. They taunt another enhancement talent who's getting his hair cut. They're about ready to leave, but Strong grabs the clippers and just shaves a lot of this guy's hair off, just making him look like a bum, and making Roderick Strong look like an absolute asshole. Beautiful vignette from Mercedes Martinez, who will be in a match here in a bit. He's been waiting 19 years to get here. Blood, sweat, and tears, all that jazz. She could have been in AEW. She should have been signed after that first Mae Young Classic. Why they waited 2 years, a year and a half, or whatever they want to call it. Why they waited till now to sign Mercedes Martinez still makes no sense. I mean, she even showed up in AEW. AEW could have signed her. I think AEW missed the boat with Mercedes Martinez. She would have brought legitimacy to that brand, to that brand's women's division, and could have been a viable candidate to take the title off of Riho. But they didn't sign her, and WWE picked her up, and hopefully she'll be in next year or so vying for the Women's Championship. For some reason we see Hall of Famer Stardust sitting at ringside. Okay, I don't know why, but hey, he's there to show, to observe. Dominic Dijakovic versus Killian Dane. Now, they did mention that what does Dominic Dijakovic have to do to earn a number 1 contendership match against Keith Lee for the North American Championship? It wasn't enough in the face Damian Priest. Would it be enough by the end of the match against Killian Dane to get that title shot? This match was a big boy match. This was just, it didn't feel like it went very long. It felt like it went maybe 5 to 6 minutes, but these two put as much as they could into this match. This was probably Killian Dane's best match since coming back down to NXT. Like we noted before, his feud with Matt Riddle was absolutely atrocious. The match that they had from Pete Dunne, Killian Dane, and Damian Priest at TakeOver War Games was at best. This was, I think, his best match. And of course, Dijakovic just showing that he can work well with almost anybody. Match comes to an end as we see a Vader Bomb attempt, but Dijakovic grabs the legs of Dane. Dijakovic with a big boot to the face while Dane is in standing position for the Vader Bomb. Dijakovic gets him up in the torture rack. Feast your eyes. 1, 2, 3. He is your winner. After the match, Dijakovic looks up from the stage now, talking trash and not dominating. Mark confirms that Dijakovic will get the North American champion Keith Lee at TakeOver. Keith comes walking out on stage and fans start chanting for him. They have a little bit of friendly words, and Lee's like, listen, you proved your worth. He pretty much said, you proved your worth. I just got done talking to Mr. Regal. You, me, Portland, were this. He's like, does that make you happy? He's like, oh yeah. Pretty much, oh yeah. So they shake hands, and that's it. So Dijakovic versus Keith Lee will be happening at TakeOver Portland. Cannot wait. That could be a match of the year. That could be a match of the show. We will have to wait and see. But I think these two can go out there and give you one hell of a show. Camera cuts backstage. The Undisputed are still hunting for Ciampa. They stop and ask Kushida if he's seen Ciampa. Kushida starts trying to fight back, but they all end up beating him up. Cole puts him through a piece of wood or plastic on top of a cart, burying him into a cart. Bronson Reed walks up, and they say, we ain't got no problems with you, big man. Bronson Reed's like, you got some problems with me now. But all of a sudden, knee to the face by Roderick Strong, taking out Bronson Reed. And they just keep on walking. Back from break in the announce table, and we are joined by Finn Balor and Gargano in split video feed, which you know what that usually means in WWE land. One's looking one way, usually when WWE does these split video feeds, except for like the one time Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar did this, and it's just so bad when it's just so bad how it looks. Like, you can just tell that they're sitting right beside each other, even though it's supposed to be like, oh, they're in 2 different rooms. This kind of felt like that. Like, they were just sitting right across from each other. Like, right across from each other, they're sitting, one here, one on the left, one on the right of this room. Yeah, words about the match at TakeOver Portland event. Balor says he will prove that Gargano is not the next Finn Balor. Gargano's like, you're right. I'm not the next Finn Balor. I'm the one and only Johnny Gargano. He gets fired about Balor up. Gargano says that he needs the NXT Balor. He doesn't need the Raw or SmackDown. He doesn't need the one that has lost 15 weeks in a row to Bobby Lashley on Monday Night Raw. Because if that one came to Portland, I would smoke that guy faster than you could breathe. He's coming after him. Balor says you wish that you would want to, like, I'm gonna show that you're gonna wish that Balor came to NXT Takeover Portland. That Balor died a long time ago. I'm coming not for the match of the year. I'm coming for the last match of your life. Gargano says, I'm gonna take that flag that you held so dearly for NXT and drive it straight through your heart. And he storms off. Balor looks down. He just has this look on his face. He gets up and he gets his head back up and says, Johnny, I don't have a heart. Absolutely fantastic what these two said and done. These guys just shows you what good heat could be between two guys. I can't wait for this match. It should be fantastic. Yes, this should have happened at War Games, neck injury aside, but it didn't. That's why we got Tommaso Ciampa, I believe it was, right? But no, not Tommaso Ciampa. We had Matt Riddle versus Balor. And again, predictions coming next week. Mercedes Martinez versus Kacy Catanzaro. This is Casey's first singles match back since she returned in that Battle Royal a couple weeks ago. And this is Mercedes Martinez's first singles match since either the Mae Young Classic or a little bit before or after that. This match didn't last very long at all. Martinez wins with a Fisherman's Buster in the middle of the ring. Casey didn't really get to this was pretty much a squash match. Casey didn't really get her foot her foot on the driver on the pedal at all. She just it was meant to show off Mercedes Martinez over Kacy Catanzaro. We know what Kacy Catanzaro can do, and this was just a showcase for Mercedes Martinez. Matthew Kelly is backstage with NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. That's right, Women's Champion, not NXT Champion. That's Adam Cole. Women's Champion, because the Women's wasn't removed. Who thought that was a good idea? Hopefully got fired. As Jericho said before, it was a stupid idea from bad creative. Ripley says her only concern tonight is Bianca, but it's nice the Queen to show up, smiles, and walk as we go to commercial break. Beth Phoenix hypes up Dakota Kai vs. Tegan Nox in a street fight at TakeOver. We will have two, not one, but two grudge matches. Gargano, Balor, and Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. Hopefully the street fight will be better than the last match. I mean, the last match was good for what it was, but hopefully this will be better. We see the Undisputed Era walking backstage when all of a sudden, boom, Tommaso Ciampa out of nowhere, putting some of them into the trailer, beating the hell out of them. Ciampa and Adam Cole just start brawling into the arena as fans cheer them on. Ciampa slams Cole face into the announce table over and over, putting him back down. He looks to get him through the announce table, but the rest of the Undisputed Era come in to make the save as they brawl goes to the ring. Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne hit the ring to join Ciampa. Referee security are now out to break things up. I let them fight. Champ Regal, with the anger of Mr. Regal, comes out and says if they all want to fight, then this is going to get settled tonight. Go get your gear on because you're going to be in the main event. It's going to be the Broserweights and Ciampa versus 3 members of the Undisputed Era. But that didn't stop them because the Undisputed Era and these 3 guys just continue to brawl and brawl and brawl. I'm sitting there at home, just sitting there watching, like, quick. It's like, I think it was Mario's like, what's going to settle this down? I'm like, quick, go to commercial break. That always works. So they keep rolling for a bit, and then eventually it does get order restored as announcers go to commercial break. Jordan Devlin versus Tyler Breeze. This is Jordan Devlin's NXT debut in the United States. He, of course, won the Cruiserweight Championship from Angel Garza at Worlds Collide. Tyler Breeze, of course, has been regulated to the Cruiserweight division since Fandango got injured and has gone away for, I don't know God knows how long. You gotta feel bad for Tyler Breeze. This guy was in the NXT title picture when he was originally in NXT. Goes to the main roster, flounders around for a bit. He joins Fandango, who is also floundering. They make the Fashion Police, the team of Breezango. And then Fandango gets hurt. Breeze goes away. He comes back down to NXT. Fandango comes back down to NXT after he comes back from his 2nd or 3rd injury. They're having themselves a little bit of fun, and then Fandango gets injured again, and Tyler Breeze is just left holding the bag of just staying healthy while his partner just cannot. So it just sucks to be Tyler Breeze that he can't seem to be going anywhere. Because they want to do this Fandango, Breezango team, but it doesn't seem to be working out. Tyler Breeze versus Jordan Devlin, or as everyone should also know him as, Mini Finn Balor. And speaking of Mini Finn Balor, he does the exact same thing that Balor did the week before. As you know, when Trent Seven took on Finn Balor last week, Trent Seven was going to roll into the ring, as he does in every match, and Balor drop kicked him away. So Tyler Breeze is on the apron posing like he does, and Jordan Devlin drop kicks him away. Beats him down. So this match was good. This was actually, I think, the best match on the show by far. Tyler Breeze showing you that he can be, like, if they wanted to give him the Cruiserweight Championship for a bit and have him run with it, then he would be fantastic in that sense. But in the end, Breeze hits a jumping knee, but Devlin comes back. Devlin with a cutter for another close 2 count. Both competitors are showing frustration. They get up for trade strikes. Devlin yanks Breeze by the arm to the mat, putting him down with the devil inside for the 1, 2, 3. Good match. Just showing you that Tyler Breeze is somebody that if you give him anybody to work with and actually give them time, will give you a fantastic match. I'm not taking anything away from Jordan Devlin. Tyler Breeze just highly underrated. Highly underrated, highly underused. And honestly, I think should be built up to have a chance to win the North American Championship by the end of this year. That's just me. Bianca Belair comes out. She is out after we come back from a commercial break. Before we went to commercial, we saw an SUV pull up, and it was Charlotte Flair. Bianca's out here. She takes the mic, and she will be challenging NXT Women's Champion at Portland. But apparently, Belair forgot about that because she went to Raw and challenged Charlotte Flair for WrestleMania. Belair says she doesn't care all about that. She doesn't care about a queen. because she wants Ripley to come out here right now, and out comes Charlotte Flair in dress pants and a shirt. What? Not coming out in her robe? Not coming out in her gear? What? Flair opens the jokes with Belair to open the ropes, but Blair isn't impressed. Fans chant welcome home as Flair shows off at the music stops. Blair says she loves an NXT woo and delivers one. Blair says she has a lot of respect for Blair, but Blair is not her. She goes on about Blair making it all about herself when she's like, Ripley overlooked you, but now you come and made it all about yourself. Out comes Rhea Ripley. All three superstars face off. This was supposed to be Charlotte Flair coming to NXT to answer Rhea Ripley's challenge. Did we get an answer to that? Oh hell no, we didn't. Flair puts her face in Belair's face to back her out of the face-off. Belair is getting hyped up in the background, she's going completely nuts. Just like, ooh, don't, I just want to beat this woman's ass. She's just like walking back and forth, just doing different things, like just looking like she is losing her mind, wanting to beat the hell out of Charlotte Flair, but no, she shouldn't right now. Ripley takes the mic and tells Flair to spit out if she came here for a purpose. She says she's all about dropping the Queen at WrestleMania. Belair steps between them and tells them to hold up. He addresses Flair, and Flair is standing here, but Flair doesn't even go here because we're in freaking high school. Chant EST. Belair says Ripley thinks she's gonna run all over her in Portland, but no, Belair says it will be her versus Flair at WrestleMania because Flair can't beat the EST of NXT. Flair says this is a competition for champions, so Belair needs to stand over on the side and fix her braid. This pissed Ripley off, who says, hey, I came to Raw not disrespecting you, so don't come to NXT disrespecting us. Yes, Ripley says they're going to tear each other apart, her and Belair, at TakeOver Portland, but there's a saying here in NXT, in case you forgot, we are NXT. Belair decks Charlotte out of nowhere. Flair comes in the corner but gets double teamed. Straight to the mat to her face. Fans chant NXT as Ripley and Belair stand over Flair. Ripley and Belair have words as Flair sells the attack in the mat. Belair knocks some trash to Ripley and makes her exit. Flair rolls out of the ring and also heads to the back. Ripley holds her title in the ring. What was this point? What was the point of this? What was the point of having Charlotte come to NXT if you weren't going to do anything? This was a waste of time. This was an absolute waste of time. Charlotte has yet to give us the answer that we all want. Do I think she's going to show up in Portland? We'll talk about that next Wednesday because that is going to be the Wednesday before we get to TakeOver Portland. But this was an absolute 1000% waste of everybody's time. If you tell us Charlotte is going to come here to address the challenge, then have Charlotte come here and address the challenge. Every single show that Charlotte is on just shows every single time more and more why Shayna Baszler should have won the Royal Rumble and not Charlotte Flair. This just shows that they gave her they had plans probably in place for Shayna Baszler winning the Royal Rumble. They had all these plans set in place and everything. And then when Vince McMahon came back, it's like, oh, change the plans. It's going to be Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble. They had no plans. This is all, as usual, by the week. So, Charlotte Flair coming down to NXT, wasting our time, wasn't in the plans. Wasn't in the plans at all. If they wanted to do Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, they needed a better plan than this. Because this is just damn near laziness. You could have did Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, and you didn't need Charlotte Flair at all. Did it help the ratings at all? Most likely not. As I saw the ratings, it was 770. Yes, NXT went up a smidge, maybe a half percentage. Other than that, that's not good enough to justify having her come down. Poppy is going to be doing a live stream, a live song Takeover, I guess, but she is the lead. She is the singer. Her theme song, one of her songs is the theme of NXT's Takeover Portland, so good on that. Matt Riddle, Pete Dunne, and Tommaso Ciampa versus Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, I believe it was. No, it was Adam Cole and Red Dragon versus Pete Dunne, Tommaso Ciampa, and Matt Riddle. This was fun. I do gotta mention that there was a teaser last week, 520. They did it multiple times in different ways this night. It was flashing in the right and the left hand corner sometimes. It was when they did a wide shot of NXT, there was this sign and it was flashing on there. We would find out what 520 meant tonight at the end of this match. These two teams went out there, beat the living hell out of each other. Guillotines, Daddy's home chants, kicks in left and right. Riley and Fish just teaming up on Ciampa. Ciampa tells Cole to come on in at like halfway through the match. Big time match here. All six guys, of course, as we know. Cruiserweights will take on the Undisputed Era's Kyle Riley and Bobby Fish, while Tommaso Ciampa takes on Adam Cole on at Takeover Portland. So they mix these two together, which makes a little bit more sense than you would have like Matt Riddle and Johnny Gargano versus like wrong guy. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa and Pete Dunne versus Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. Or having Dijakovic and Matt Riddle and Dijakovic and Adam Cole versus Keith Lee and Tommaso Ciampa. I hate throwing together tag teams. This one a little bit more leeway because of how it is. Unfortunately, the chaos continues in this match until Roderick Strong runs in, dropping Ciampa. The referee calls for DQ, and that was that. Now it's a 4-on-3 advantage. The Undisputed Era gets the advantage. They have Tommaso Ciampa in the ring. They take a can of paint and mark an X on his back. They are beating him down when all of a sudden the lights go down. 520 shows up on the screen. And it goes into the shape that everyone saw last week. And it turns out to be the Velveteen Dream. Fans go wild as Dream appears on the top turnbuckle out of nowhere. Dream leaps onto the Undisputed Era and he just brawls and beats the hell out of every single one of these guys. Drops Cole with the Dream Valley Driver, sends him to the outside. He mounts Strong and unloads on him, forcing him to scramble to the floor. Dream rips off his tights and there's another pair underneath. On the back of on his ass, it says Chasing Marina. That would be one thing, but then you look on his right knee and there's a picture of Marina Shafir, Velveteen Dream, and Marina and Roderick Strong's child. This is going to get very personal. Will we have a 7th match added to TakeOver? I hope the hell not. We don't need any more. What's great about TakeOvers is that there are 5 matches in length, and then they just go, and then that's all we need. If you're going to continue to add matches, then the TakeOver loses its luster. Let this sit, let this marinate for a minute. We don't need this match right away. What we should see is this go up to TakeOver Tampa. Have this be one of those things that goes up to TakeOver Tampa, but he rips this pair of jeans down, a pair of pants down. There's another pair of pants on the bottom with the picture of him, Marina Shafir, and the child, as well as it saying Chasing Marina on his ass. So obviously this is going to be a feud between him and Roderick Strong for the foreseeable future. I can't wait to see what happens. It's a good thing that they had Roderick Strong lose the NXT North American Championship, so this feud could be more personal than having him go after the North American Championship. NXT is setting itself up for things past Portland and hopefully, and we have one more NXT to go, and Charlotte Flair again wastes our time. But that is your NXT review for it was a good show. I would have to say, if I had to compare both of them, NXT had a better show overall, but AEW had the better segment. That nothing this week you will see on Raw, NXT, Raw, Dark, like Power, and NXT, SmackDown, Lucha, like Impact, Ring of Honor, or New Japan is going to be better than that segment of 10 lashes, which for some reason my dad hated and thought was freaking stupid, but I freaking loved. So NXT, good show, and hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video, follow me on Twitter at the France Club, follow me on twitch.tv/France Club, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown on Fox, and Sunday for Unscripted. Until then, my name is France, and I'll see you guys later.